Hello, ladies. So, you've been on a date with a woman that you really like. It was a very good date. And now you're wondering, how can I keep this woman interested in me? How can I keep her coming back for more? You may be a bit concerned that the relationship won't make it to date number 2 or date number 3. And you're wondering, how can I keep this woman interested in me? So I'm going to give you a little bit of insight today. And I've titled this video, How to Keep a Lesbian's Interest in You. I am Giselle Wallace. I'm a certified gay life coach and author. I do provide my lesbian perspective here on my YouTube channel, and I cover topics about lesbian, gay, bisexual, and LGBTQ plus people. If that interests you, please subscribe. Thank you. You know, I know how nerve-wracking it can be to go on that first date when you really like a woman, and there's nothing like having that private alone time with a woman who you are very fond of, and you want to make her feel good. You want to make sure she has a good time, and you're concerned that, oh, I hope this first date goes great. But a lot of times you don't stay in the moment, you don't enjoy the moment, and you kind of almost don't enjoy that first date because you're full of nerves and jittery, and you're like, well, you're thinking about the second date and the third date. So I just want to, let you know, ladies, that first, what you want to do is be in the moment, be present on that first date, because the woman obviously is interested in you because she's on that first date with you. So don't get, so caught up on, does she like me? Because if a woman doesn't like you, especially as lesbians, let's talk about being lesbians here for a moment, because a lot of times we can get caught up in heterosexual dating rules and relationships, and don't play those games like the way heterosexual people do. For example, I'm not going to call her until after she calls me first, and then after she calls me first, then I'm going to wait one day before I text her, and if she responds back, then I'll call her. Or they have these rules where they say wait till the man calls you first, wait 3 days for him to contact you, and if he doesn't contact you, then it's over with. We don't need to wait on a woman to call first, because we're both women, and we don't need to get hung up in who calls first and how long we should wait before we text, how long we should wait before we call. Don't get caught up in that, because we're both women and we already know that we want to talk to each other, because we've already exchanged phone numbers. And so with lesbians, we kind of like to get a feel of a woman. We don't want to deal with too much distance. We really love to get connected with each other. So the waiting for a long time, I will say this, with heterosexual women, they don't like all that waiting, but they have to wait for a man to pursue them, right? And I get it 100%. Like, heterosexual women, they don't want to chase after a man. A man needs to show that he's a leader. He needs to show that he's responsible. So, and also it just shows the woman that this man is a go-getter, and that he is basically not what I would describe as being a coward. He just shows that he is a man. And just imagine they're waiting and they're like, well, this guy, it's been 3 days in his past, he hasn't contacted me. Oh, well, let me just move on. So if a heterosexual woman doesn't like waiting, imagine us being two women. We don't want to be sitting around waiting for just nothing. What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? That's the beauty of being two women. We already know what we want. So we're going to call each other. We're going to connect with each other. And I'm saying this because after that first date, don't get caught up in those rules. Just call each other. Pick up the phone and call her. Do that. I remember one time it was early in the relationship process, and me and this girl were so into each other that we would call each other at the same time. Like, have you ever called someone and you didn't hear the phone dial or ring and you're both saying hello at the same time? Like, I've gone through that. Like, that's chemistry, because you're both thinking about, it's called being telepathic energy. Like, you're both literally thinking about each other at the same time, to where you call each other literally at the same time. And that's exciting. It's a very unforgettable experience, and it's delightful. Just waiting and waiting and waiting, that really, you have to think about, why would people just wait around before they talk to each other? I mean, that makes no sense, because you want to talk to each other, you want to connect with each other, you want a woman in your life, so why keep her waiting? And when you're on that first date, just be in the moment, be present with her. Stop thinking about what you're going to do tomorrow. Just be with her right now. She wants to feel your energy right now. She wants to know that you're enjoying her presence right now. So focus on the right now, because when you do that, you're gonna find out automatically how interested this woman is into you. And eye contact is a great indicator. Women love to get close to you. Body language, if she's touchy-feely, if she wants to hold your hand, if she wants to sit near you, if she wants to hug you, if she likes to smell you and tell you how good you smell, if she laughs all the time, if she seems like she has a twinkle in her eye, these are awesome signs that this woman is really into you. And we don't have to sit up and wait for her to call us or text us. You know, I'm kind of old school. I don't believe in texting. Like, I'll text in certain circumstances. Like, if, for example, if I know that she's at work, I'm not going to call her. I'll text her. And another situation would be, I'm not going to call her if she's driving, and I'm really not going to text her if I know she's driving, because when you're really into each other, she's going to be tempted to pick up the phone and look at your text messages, and I want her to be safe while she's driving. So what we will more than likely do is communicate with each other when we will communicate with each other. Because if you're driving, you want to be safe. If you're at work, you do not want to, neglect your duties, your responsibility while you're working. So, in those circumstances, okay, I'm just going to wait. But if she's available, if she's open, she can't wait to hear from you. Call her on your break instead of texting her. Get away from the texting, because the texting, to me, there's a break in communication with texting. So I knew what it was like before cell phones were big, you know, because cell phones, they didn't become big until like 2000, I want to say really after 2005. Like, if you knew what it was like before 2005, we used to talk on the phone and we used to see each other face to face and communicate. So I think that those type of communication skills are in a deficit in modern society. And I think that's why a lot of our relationships are disconnected or not progressing. I suggest that you get on the phone with each other. Stop texting each other. Only text if you absolutely need to. Because one of the things about being a lesbian and being a woman, we love to talk, but we also love to listen, and we love to hear a woman's voice. We like to hear the inflection in her voice. We love to hear her tone. The way a woman communicates with us through her voice, it tells us how she thinks and feels about us. So that's why I'm not big on texting. And we really don't have to think about, am I going to go on a second or a third date with this woman? Because with women, we're very expressive and emotional. We're very affectionate. Now, this is most women. There are some women who are not affectionate. And you do have to work on that, because what can I say? I mean, we love to touch and be touched. We love to feel each other. And so women just like to be close to each other. So as lesbians, it's like, yeah, I want to be close to her. I want to see her. You don't want to be, like I say, be on the phone, but you just don't want to be on the phone all the time. You want to see this woman face to face. And when you are with this woman, you're going to feel her energy. You're not going to wait on guessing, are we going to see each other again? Like, you're going to communicate it. It's like going to be very automatic. I'll call you tonight. I'll see you tomorrow. And she's going to be like, oh yes, definitely. If you don't have any type of vibe or communication like that, I'm sorry to say that she's not really interested in you. And that's all right. Because the sooner you know that she's not interested in you, the sooner that you can move on. And there's always the next woman who's waiting for you. Like, she's like thinking in her mind, I'm so glad that it didn't work out with you with that other lady, because I've been waiting for you. So there's women out there who are waiting for you, and she's gonna like you. Like, if a woman likes you, she's gonna like you. She's not gonna put on airs in front. And here's a reason why, ladies, because as lesbians, it's not too many of us out here. And when we meet a woman who really is amazing, we're deeply attracted to her, not just physically, but energetically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and even sexually. We're not going to waste our time. Women don't waste their time. And women who are interested in you do not waste your time. It's going to be like almost as if you're inseparable. You see one, there's the other. And once we realize, I really like this woman, I think I care about her, I have strong feelings for her, you're with each other all the time. But don't get caught up in the rules. Just enjoy the moment. Enjoy the woman who is in front of you. And she wants to know that you're just happy with her. And that's really all. And of course, every woman has her own unique situation. And if you have your own questions and concerns about dating women as a same-sex attracted woman, and you know, you're dating a lesbian, you want to know more about dating women as a woman who loves women, then contact me. I am a life coach, and I love to be able to communicate with women who love women, because I'm all for us having wonderful, beautiful relationships. I love to see women in love with women, and we need to have a safe place to go to communicate about our love life, because we don't always have that safe space. All of my contact information is here on YouTube in the description box. Thank you for listening, and I wish you much success in your love life as women who love women.